Hi YouTube, I'm Matt and I react to comedians or comedy sketches that I've never seen before. My Lolometer down here in the corner is going to count every time that I laugh out loud during this video. Just a quick note, I am still waiting on my teeth being fixed. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to get it fixed next week. This time around, I'm watching an interview with Rik Mayall on the Aspel show. This has been recommended by the Barryman fan, one of my subscribers. As those of you that know my channel well will know, I'm a massive Rik Mayall fan. I've watched most of the stuff he's done over the years. I've done loads of bottom edits and videos on my channel as well, and the young ones too. I truly do miss him as an entertainer. He was brilliant, just pure brilliance. This is Rik Mayall being interviewed by Aspel. Let's see if it's any good.
Anyway, tonight we are off and running with a man who has been highly honoured in his time. As a student, he won the Boris Karloff Award for the most outrageous ham, and he was later described by the Sunday Times as a very talented young maniac, a label he justified amply in television's The Young Ones and The New Statesman before his career reached bottom. He'll soon be seen on ITV in 3 one-hour films. In the first, he stars as Mickey Love, an ageing game show host.
First up is Doreen from Doncaster, ladies and gentlemen. What do you have to do? Yeah, about the baked beans, isn't it?
Baked beans.
Baked beans. Pyramid of baked beans. Family.
Yeah?
Broke your arm in 2 places, didn't you?
Afraid so, yeah.
Broke your arm in 2 places. Well, I suppose you can do that job, didn't you? Don't suppose you were too full of beans that day. Moving swiftly along, we get to the Hendersons from Harrogate. I went to Harrogate once. They were closed. I am only kidding. I believe that your son Dennis punctured his lung. And so, Betty, I'm a bit of a naughty Mickey. Bit of a naughty Mickey tonight, and I'll tell you why. Because Family Values, ladies and gentlemen, this evening is proud to add to your fund for little Dennis's lung the sum of £250. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, Lisa. Round of applause for the money. Come on, there it is. £250 for little Damien and his one lung.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rik Mayall. Well, we got you at last.
Yeah.
Now, that
Before we start, can I just say happy birthday, Mum?
Sorry,
Happy birthday. Could you say happy birthday, Gillian?
what's the name?
Happy birthday, Gillian.
Gillian, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well done.
Now, what do you want?
Well, that's all I wanted, really. Family Values had a familiar ring to it, though. Of course, I've never heard of anyone offer £250 for a lung before.
Yeah.
Is that based on anyone I might know?
I don't know who you know, Michael. Do you know any psychotic, alcoholic, 50-year-old maniacs?
Most of my friends.
No, it's not based on anyone. It's Granada. I'm doing a trilogy. I've done a trilogy of films for Granada, and Mickey's just one of them. I play different people in each film.
Well, I've seen that one, and the audience in it made up of ordinary people, I presume. I mean,
Yeah, they were on a Granada tour at the time, and they were just dragged in. And they had to stay there all day.
Well, they enjoyed it very much, obviously, and you were doing it so well, and you had to act, of course, but did it stimulate you to take an interest in actually doing a game show?
No, I don't think I'd ever do a game show. No, I don't think I'm really cut out for it, really.
Well, it was horribly convincing, you know.
It was great. It's actually quite good fun to do. That's what's so scary about it. It's sort of comedian's graveyard, really, you know, a bit like the Aspel show.
As long as it's not the host's graveyard, it's all right.
Yes, I was only joking.
Now, Mickey, as you said, is one of 3 characters. Do you recognise you, or shall we recognise you in any of the others?
It's difficult. They're all films that I'm trying to be more three-dimensional in the acting because they're films. They're not so two-dimensional as most of the sort of nose-picking, farting sort of things I normally do. I look at it like the difference between, say, an anecdote and a joke. This is comedy. They're sort of comedies, but they've got to be real because they're actual stories. They're all sort of urban myths, and so in the way that it's an anecdote, it's like something that really, really happened. They're all awful stories. The things have gone wrong awfully. So that's why. Oh, God, I'm so nervous. That's why I'm doing a more sort of three-dimensional sort of performance in it.
Well, it is a long haul from Rik of the Young Ones. Does this mean you've grown up, or have you always been an actor rather than a comedian?
I don't know. It's very, I always get asked that sort of thing, and I'm more sort of a comic actor, really. It's hard to describe, really. It's like there are a million different ways of making people laugh, and I can't think of any right now. But I'm still doing. It's not. I don't want to make out like I've grown up, you know, and I'm doing sort of straight stuff because I'm still going on tour. Actually, with my bottom. And Adrian and my bottoms are doing 60 dates over the next 3 months, so it should be quite grueling.
Yeah, but that's rude and knockabout and tiring, as you say. How are you going to manage 60 dates of that sustained cruelty?
Just the sheer pleasure and sexual thrill, really, I get out of hitting Adrian. Such a lot.
Well, you were the Dangerous Brothers on Saturday night
in this very studio,
live.
I think.
And here it was then that he came close to death so often.
He had to, yes. If you look at the stuff, it's mainly Ade who gets hit most. Though he does the dangerous stuff. When we were doing the Dangerous Brothers, we had to set him on fire. Quite a lot. That was good. There was one bit where we tested his trousers, I remember, and he lay down. We put the Bernie stuff on, and then you set it on fire, and of course he lies down like this, and all the flames went up, and that was fine. But in the actual sketch, he had to be standing on a chair, and being a stupid git, he didn't realise that flames go up, you see. So and the fireman gave him a special word, which for some reason was Peter. He had to shout if anything went wrong. And, of course, he's standing up there, and the flames are going into his face and his lungs, and he couldn't quite remember the word. So he went, ow!
George and Ron.
But he's still alive, sadly, still alive, and probably watching tonight, Eddie.
Yeah. Just doesn't walk anymore.
No. Walk him, right.
When you write these things, do you just sit in an office hurting each other all day? How do you...
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. Writing's, I think as Mel Brooks said that any writing partnership, you get a pacer and a typer. And Ade's the typer and I'm the pacer. Which gives me lots of opportunities. I'm sort of behind him a lot. You know?
Yeah. I understand that. Now, New Statesman Alan Bastard was a ready-made character, which you didn't have to work on in that sense. Was it a dream role for you?
Yeah, I mean, I went to Marks and Gran, who got an award the other night, didn't they, at the BAFTAs? Bastards.
The start.
I wasn't at the BAFTAs. No, it was a little clip of me, you know. Adrian's wife went off with the best comedy, I believe. Absolutely wonderful, marvellous. No, I've got a few BAFTAs, that's all right.
There's a newspaper report...
And an Emmy, you know.
Oh, you've done rather well.
Yes.
There's a report, a scientific report in one of the papers, I can't see it there now, but it says that 7 out of 10 MPs are rude and nasty like Bastard.
Only 7 out of 10. Must be a Tory newspaper.
He seems to be an amalgamation of several politicians.
I know what you're going to say. Who is he based on?
No, I mean, do you recognise anybody there at all?
Yeah, yes, quite a lot of them. I mean, Lawrence and Morris, Marks and Gran, and I said, well, shall we bring down the Thatcher administration? And we said, OK. And it worked.
Apart from... Oh, no. Much appreciated.
You'll go blind.
But apart from those people you've actually destroyed, those still extant, or whatever the word is, have you had much reaction from the cabinet?
I remember when it first came out, there was MPs from all 3 parties saying it was absolutely disgusting and should be taken off the BBC. And it was on YTV at the time. And they hadn't seen it. It was kind of knee-jerk. You get people who get phoned up, though, don't you? MPs who get phoned up and just give any old reaction straight away. I think they quite like it. I met Ken Livingstone, and he said, it's a lot worse in real life, you know, Rick.
Well, that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah,
to get from the horse's mouth.
I was on your show, actually.
Who was?
Me and Ken Livingstone, and it was after that when we were on the radio together.
On the wireless?
Yeah.
Of course, happy days.
Cracker Jack.
You'll have to give your pencil back for that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't stop smiling through that. Just great seeing Rik. I've definitely never seen that before. But yeah, it was really interesting, that, and it felt like sort of catching up with a friend that I've not seen for years and years. And funny as well. You've got to love Rik Mayall. Brilliant, what a legend. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, drop a comment below, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and I'll see you next time.